We're doing some Ace Attorney today. Yes, suspended save data has been found. We're gonna use this data to begin the game. I'm clicking on my OBS overlay and not the actual window. Here we go. Okay. December 20th, District Court Defendant Lobby, number 5. Hold on, I need a sip of water. Let's take a sip of water. It's sip time. Get your sip emotes out. Everyone throw shade at Apollo until he accepts his badness. Yeah. Man, Apollo. So disappointing. Maybe he'll redeem himself. I hope so. I did a little research. I looked into those special psyche locks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. You did? That's great. I really appreciate it. A red psyche lock protects a secret a person is consciously trying to hide. If the person folds under questioning, the lock breaks and the truth comes out. Yep, that's exactly how I got the truth out of Detective Fulbright and Director Cosmos. But a black psyche lock protects a secret from the deepest place in a person's heart. A secret that that person isn't even consciously aware of. So, even they don't know it's there. Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself. Okay, so, all I have to do is break the psyche locks. According to my research, a black psyche lock is like a heavy chain wrapped directly around one's heart. If they are ripped off by force, it could cause permanent damage to a person's soul. In other words, if I'm not careful, I could traumatize Athena for good. Ooh. Pearls, could you stay by Athena's side? She must be suffering under the weight of such a heavy burden. Alright, but will you be alright by yourself, Mr. Nick? I'm up against Edgeworth. I have to be able to give this trial all of my focus and strength. Rip soul. No! Athena! And you can't do that if I'm there. I'll just hold you back. No, that's not it. I just meant I can relax and concentrate if I knew you were with Athena. You're the only one who can do it, Pearls. All right. I'll do it then. Good luck, Mr. Nick. Good. Now that my mind's at ease, I'd better get ready. I'll just tidy up the evidence and take out what I don't need. It's time to end this nightmare that started 7 years ago. The Dark Age of the Law! We're gonna do it. Oh, that was yesterday. December 20th was yesterday. God damn it. We've been so close to hitting the date that the game takes place on. Courtroom number 4 on December 20th. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Cleaning up, tidy up the evidence sounds illegal. I think it's just we're not holding it in our inventory anymore because it's no longer relevant. How we know ahead of time that something is no longer relevant, that's a different question. Why do so many of these games take place around Christmas? Yeah, I don't know! I don't know! Yes, Christmas is crime time. Hell yeah. Crime is now! Hold on. I never have this effect ready when I want it. Crime is now! Legal. Defense, prosecution, and judge. There are even people in the gallery. The roof has been completely blown off and the walls have collapsed. A bong, a ladle. But today, this ruin is my battleground. Court's now in session. All rise! court, or some facsimile thereof, is now in session for the trial of Athena Cykes. I hope no one has their jackets on. It's cold. This courtroom has been blown up and it's December 20th. Not a facsimile, old man. This is a proper official trial. Take this more seriously or you'll start hearing the bones of the hostages snap. Please try not to upset Miss Blackquill. I'm begging you. Court is now in session for the very serious and very proper trial of Athena Cykes. This is no trial. It's nothing more than a ridiculous farce. I mean, well, Plunky's in Florida, so... It's pretty warm there on December 21st. However, they're in, like, Japan. That's totally different. I know it's cold there at this time. Fell asleep, you were streaming, woke up, you were streaming. Hey there, Plans. Welcome. Welcome in. I hope you had a good nap. What did you say? Edgeworth, did you not hear what I just said to his honor? However, this ridiculous farce has a very important meaning for our legal system. Recall the case of the UR1 incident, in which a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. That case ushered in the odious Dark Age of the Law. Dark Age of the Law! I see what you're after. If we can find the real truth... I don't know if I should be reading this in Aura's voice or in the robot's voice. It's probably the robot's synthesizer. I should probably read it in the robot's voice, right? I would still wear a jacket if it was 11 degrees. Thank you. Just saying. It would be chilly to be sitting there, in there for an entire how many hours? 4 hours doing this trial? You know. Go get a vote voter. Hey there, Kid Boo. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I see what you're after. If we can find the real truth behind that case today... Precisely. The darkness will be dispelled and glory shall be restored to the court system. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you sound as if you know something of this truth. I do indeed. A new suspect has emerged in the UR1 case. For 7 years, Simon Blackquill has refused to speak in order to cover for someone else. Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, right, but the situation is what it is, and I must do what I must. The prosecution moves to indict Athena Cykes on the count of murder in the 1st degree. Going back to bed, Plans? Have a wonderful night. See you around. Oh, cutscene.
Regardless the circumstance, I intend to question the defendant with all I have. For that is a part of my creed.
This is intense.
You better bring it.
Damn. It's also
If
windy.
The two of you are ready.
They've got to be cold.
Court is now in session for the trial of Athena Cykes.
Oh, fuck.
Your Honor, the defense was born ready.
The prosecution is also ready.
Holy shit! Oh my god! Are you guys ready for this? Okay. Mimic their voices better. I think I'm doing pretty good on the judge. Listen, I also can't do a British accent, so I can't do Edgeworth. God. Okay. This immense tension between us. It's like we're picking up right where we left off. Anime is real. God, that fucking anime is real meme from Undertale is like one of my favorite things in that game. That animation makes me expect the prosecutor to pull out a Pokeball. What kind of Pokemon do you think that Edgeworth and Phoenix would have? I assume there are people who know better about Pokemon. So Pikachu? Who would have Pikachu? Would they both have Pikachu? Both of them. Phoenix could at least have like Moltres or something. They share one? God damn it. Phoenix is 100% Ash winning with an underdog like Pikachu, yeah. It is my duty to clear Prosecutor Blackquill of false accusations and end this insanity. But I have no intention of losing Miss Cykes either. She's a very promising young lawyer. I know without a doubt that Athena is innocent. Edgeworth has a Charizard. Yo, nice. Phoenix also doesn't even know what a Pokemon is. Yeah, that's more on character. That's more on character. That's why also why they share a single Pikachu. It's Edgeworth's. This is good headcanon. I know without a doubt that Athena is innocent. But I don't think Prosecutor Blackquill did it either. So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackquill. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy. The judge has a Psyduck. Yes, I love that. Phoenix doesn't even know what a Pokemon is. Maya has to explain what Pokemon is before he enters each battle. I've watched some cute K-dramas, but I also only watch... Actually, have I only seen, like, one singular K-drama? I might have. I've seen Strong Girl Bong Soon, and I fucking love the shit out of that. It was so good. It was really good. Actually, Spoons, you should watch it. I think you'd like it. Phoenix changes his ringtone to a Pokemon theme to make Maya happy. Okay. Is it your first K-drama that you're watching? 0 people have died. I don't know how many deaths you're gonna get. Okay. It's a very different style of television. It's also like, I don't know. It's good. Okay, anyway. I keep getting distracted. The true culprit is a spy. It's going to be hard to convince anyone of that when I barely believe it myself. But I don't have a choice if I want to save Athena and Blackquill and expose the spy. Now then, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. No need for the Chief Prosecutor bit, Your Honor. I am here as a simple prosecutor. Very well. Your opening statement, please. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although I've been known of late to give an impressive opening statement myself, in all the trials I've ever seen, only the prosecution gives an opening statement. Of course. You're right, I was just joking. Just having a little fun. So he wasn't doing them just out of fear. Interesting. God damn it. God damn it, Judge! Let's start with a brief overview of the UR1 incident. The incident occurred at the Cosmos Space Center 7 years ago on October 7th. The victim, psychologist Matisse Cykes, was killed in the robotics lab on the 4th floor. Athena's mother, Simon Blackquill, a young prosecutor at the time, was found guilty of the crime. There were 2 deciding factors that led to his guilty verdict. 1, Blackquill was the only person in the corridor to the lab at the time of the murder. And 2, this photo which captured the moment of the crime. Very incriminating evidence indeed. It would appear that the only conclusion is that Prosecutor Blackquill did, indeed.
Hold it. Are you kidding me? I'm not accepting any conclusion of the kind. This opening statement is over. Now hurry up and call the witness.
Excuse me, Miss Blackquill, but we must follow proper procedure for these things, you know. Or perhaps we should heed her wishes, Your Honor. She is the trial's sponsor, after all. Besides, the courtroom is chilly.
See? See? None of them brought jackets and the courtroom's chilly. Oh yeah, K-drama means it's a Korean drama, basically. It's its own, like, genre, basically, of drama. Hey there, Break Our Bones, welcome. Okay, so now everybody knows the hostage taker is Aura Blackquill, and that she's the one threatening to kill a bunch of people. Yes. Yes, they do, and no one's doing anything about it.
Besides, the courtroom is chilly, and sitting for too long can't be good for your back.
Oh, you are very kind to show such concern for the welfare of the elderly.
As skilled as ever at playing the court puppeteer, I see. The prosecution calls its first witness. A witness who decided to bring forth new testimony after 7 long years.
New testimony? And just who is this witness anyway? Were you around 7 years ago? Okay. Oh, here we go. Hold on, I need some water for this.
Bobby Fulbright's the name. In justice we trust.
What are you doing here?
Sorry, what are you doing here? I'm just here to speak for the hostage taker, Miss Aura Blackquill. She says she's too busy, what, with confining and threatening the hostages and all.
That doesn't seem to stop her from constantly chiming in through Clonko.
I'm nothing more than an observer in this. Do your best. I'm watching you. Cowboy Pop.
You! Believing her brother innocent, Miss Blackquill has been conducting her own investigation. And though her current actions are hardly lawful, I think we can at least hear her theory.
Welcome back, Plans. Hey.
I have here Miss Blackwell's notes on the investigation she concluded. And I'll be giving testimony based on these notes. Here I go!
Okay. Sure.
Simon isn't the murderer, he was trying to cover for someone. Someone else was at the scene at the time they say Simon committed the murder. I mean, if he really was out to steal that moon rock, then why the rolling case? Because he was using it to hide someone inside, that's why. And the only person small enough to fit inside the case was Athena Cykes.
I was trying to read that like he was reading it off of a paper, because that's what he was doing there. And I was like, how do I,
And that's Miss Blackwell's theory. It totally goes in the face of the official ruling, huh? About the case she mentions. There were other rolling cases like that one in the blab. But they're not for traveling. They're apparently for moving parts and equipment. I vaguely remember seeing 3 cases, all different sizes. Oh yeah, these, okay. I'm looking at them with my eyes, my eye tracker. At the last trial, they thought that Prosecutor Blackquill used the case to steal the rock. And they had a perfectly good reason to think that, too. You see, there's a security camera in the corridor that leads to the robotics lab. And that camera captured footage of Blackquill leaving the scene with the case. I just realized something. I can see why footage helped to bring his trial to a quick end. It's very convincing, that's for sure. That case, by the way, was later discovered outside on the Space Center grounds. Speaking of after the incident, where was the defendant, Athena Cykes, found? She was found on the 5th floor of the Space Center in the Cykes family residence. Prosecutor Blackquill most likely brought her there after the incident. In addition, it's unknown where Miss Cykes was at the estimated time of death. Miss Cykes was too confused by the shock of her mother's death to give proper testimony. And there was no witness or evidence to tell us where she might have been. So what you're saying is, Miss Cykes didn't have an alibi. That is what the evidence is saying, yes. I understand the reasoning behind the theory, but I'm far from convinced. The victim is the accused's mother. Are you actually claiming an 11-year-old girl? Of course, the girl had a very strong motive. Dr. Cykes was a psychologist who wrote many papers about speech and emotions. You're aware of Athena Cykes' special ability, aren't you, Your Honor? Are you referring to that therapy thing? Yes, she's done it quite a few times in court. The ability to read emotions from speech and the subject of her mother's research. Well, as long as it benefits society, I don't see any particular problem researching it. I don't like where this is heading. Not one bit. Dr. Cykes was so intent on her research, she forced her daughter to undergo experiments. Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you seriously suggesting? I've done my best to be delicate, but even you can't deny it to be true, Mr. Wright. No longer able to withstand the anguish of the experiments, Miss Cykes felt her only choice was to kill her own mother.
Ah! Jeez!
Order! Order in the court! What a tragic story. I hardly want to believe it myself. But we must proceed. Mr. Wright, if you could. Detective Fulbright, please refer to the notes.
Oof. Oof. Okay. Or Blackquill's theory. Simon isn't the murderer. He was trying to cover for someone. Someone else was at the scene of at the times. They say Simon committed the murder, sorry. Then why the rolling case? Because he was using it to hide someone inside, that's why. Oh, wait, this is different. Sorry, this is different dialogue. I thought this was the same stuff he was talking. No, wait, was this the same stuff? Is this the exact same dialogue? I don't remember. Anyway. I'm gonna press this.
Hold it!
But that's nothing more than conjecture and is hardly the only possibility.
In that case, what do you think Prosecutor Blackquill had in that case?
I think it was the moon rock, right?
Objection!
There were 3 cases at the scene, but Prosecutor Blackquill used the largest one. The moon rock was egg-shaped and only about 8 inches in diameter. It wouldn't have made any sense to use the largest case there just to move that rock.
Objection!
Be that as it may, it doesn't prove Miss Cykes was inside.
How does the Ace Attorney universe handle murder convictions when the accused was a tiny baby child when they did it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of another case. I think... this isn't the first time this has happened. I think we have an exclamation mark egg command. Is that a command we have? I'm sure there's an Ace Attorney wiki somewhere you can read about.
Let me ask you this.
I was even trying to make that pun. Winter, goddammit.
Then let me ask you this. Can you come up with a better theory on what was in the case? Well, Mr. Wright, can you? Yikes, give a guy some time to think. Let's see. Should I try to bluff my way through what could have been in that case?
What else could we bluff that it would be, right? Yeah, that's from Resident Evil 5, yeah. With Chris Redfield asking, give me an egg. Give me an egg. Okay. I'm gonna say, let's bluff. We're Phoenix Wright, we can do anything.
I know exactly what Prosecutor Blackquill carried from the scene.
I just have to find something else that was missing, right? No sweat.
Ooh, I'd be very interested in hearing your theory, if it's true, that is. This is a crime scene photo taken after Prosecutor Blackquill left, correct?
Yes.
All we have to do is compare this with this photo of Prosecutor Blackquill to see what's missing. Oh, it's this. If he took something with him, then it should be in one of these photos. Lady Luck, don't fail me now. All right then, Mr. Wright, let us hear your theory. What did Prosecutor Blackquill take from the scene of the murder?
This looks like it has something written on it, too. Also, is that blood? That looks like an arm.
Take that!
Please notice that there is a robot part on top of the cart in this photo. However, in this photo taken after the crime, the robot part is gone. In other words, this part is something that was taken from the scene of the crime. You do appear to be right. I don't see it in the second picture. But it's just a piece of junk. How important could it be? Is it really just an insignificant robot part? Speaking of which...
What are you looking at? I'm gonna start charging for each glance, per eyeball.
Stingy. What happened to the age of free previews?
Your Honor.
About this robot part. Doesn't it look like it could be an arm from that robot there? Well, now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? But the case is still too big to be practical for just the moon rock and a robot arm.
Or was it really just one arm that was in there? If it wasn't Athena in the case, then maybe...
I believe there was another robot at the scene that looks just like the one here. Your Honor,
it's the defense's assertion that it was this other robot that was in the case.
What?
Oh shit.
Objection!
We can't be certain that that part belonged to a robot. Yes, it looks like the arm of the one before us, but it could be something else entirely. Besides, it's wrapped entirely in bandaging, making it difficult to verify what it is.
Objection!
Wait, is that... Oh, I was like, yo, okay, so the bandage was like, it had writing on it. This bandage around this arm has writing around it, right? Do we still have that photo? Oops. Fuck. No, where's the group photo of all of them hanging out? Yo! I swear I've seen this. Where is it? We don't have it anymore. Damn it. No, I was thinking about... Okay, so does anyone remember that part with, Oh, here, right here. Look at this. Oh, no, wait. No, okay, wait, never mind. I thought, okay, first of all, I thought that this thing up here, you guys can't see where my mouse is. I thought the head bandages were wrapped around the arm, but the arm also has bandages wrapped around it. So, never mind. I know for a fact that it is a robot arm. I can even tell which robot it belonged to just by looking at it. There we go. With this information, we can investigate whether it was there at the time or not.
But Mr. Wright, I thought you were more of the technologically illiterate type. That's true. When did you become such an expert? I feel somehow abandoned.
He doesn't need Mai to tell him about Pokemon every time now.
Not to worry, Your Honor. I still know next to nothing about machines. But I know this piece of evidence proves which robot the arm belonged to. The one that we literally just looked at, right? No, wait. Sorry, which one is it? We just fucking looked at it. Is it here? There we go. Present. The robot... Skynet's starting. The murderer was the first robot.
You never know! I don't know! That could be! It could be!
The robot in this picture is named Ponko. Take a look at Ponko's arm. It was Miss Cykes who bandaged it up like that. She must have thought that machines heal in the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. It reminds me of my own grandchild. The robot arm at the scene of the crime scene, had the same bandaging wrapped around it. In other words, this robot arm could belong to none other than Ponko. Order in the court. Order, I say. Also, this theme is so good. I love the theme. The objection theme from this game. Or Phoenix's objection theme, rather. Order in the court. Order, I say. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you have to say to this? I concede that the robot is about the same size as a child. But it cannot grab its knees and curl itself up into a ball. Even if it was the largest of the cases, the robot could not have possibly fit in there. The case does come up to about mid-thigh on Prosecutor Blackquill. I see your point. That robot is much taller than that. Not if it was disassembled, though, right? They've got me there. So then, did Prosecutor Blackquill make Ponko fit into the case by... dismantling? Right? I didn't see a compactor there. Of course Ponko would fit. All Prosecutor Blackquill had to do was dismantle her. Once taken apart, the robot could have easily fit inside that rolling case. Disassemble number 5.
It won't read that because the ass is in there. Disassemble.
It appears to be a robot assembly device.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick?
Avengers assemble. It sounds rather violent, but Mr. Wright does have a point there.
Objection!
Except that there was a body on the table where the robots are dismantled and dismantled and assembled. Ass ensemble. And there would have been no room to take the robot apart.
Objection!
But what if it wasn't done on the table? What if the katana was used instead? You mean the sword?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Blackquill, I'd like your opinion as a woman of science. Isn't it true that the katana could have been used to take the robot apart?
I suppose so. Their joints aren't made of a very tough material. A blade could slice through them.
Thank you for your expert opinion, Miss Blackquill. Thanks to you, we now know that the existence of the severed arm in this photo proves that Ponko was taken apart. In addition, since the rest of Ponko was not found at the scene, we can conclude that the true meaning of this photo is very different from the original interpretation.
You can't mean...
That's exactly what I mean. This photo does not capture the moment of the murder. It's instead a photo of the moment after the robot was sliced apart. The blood you see here where the arm was cut off was transferred there by the bloody katana. Most likely, the rest of Ponko is scattered around Prosecutor Blackquill's feet.
Not hearing this.
Therefore, what was transported inside that case was not the defendant, but a robot. Miss Cykes never was at the scene at the time of the murder.
Ah! My head! My head! My body! Where am I? Ah!
Chopping up robots with a sword seems like a counterproductive way to disassemble them. Yes, definitely. Sender's Avemble. Order in the court.
It's true that Ponko was found in pieces after the murder. And I'll admit I repaired her myself afterwards.
Okay. Yes, I'm finally making some progress. Hopefully, I've gotten at least one step closer to proving both Athena and Prosecutor Blackquill innocent.
Objection!
Yeah, the text box, yes, it does say Aura now. I'm still not sure whether I should be using Klonko's voice or Aura's voice. It's in yellow, so I'm assuming it's robotic. I'm assuming it's using the synthesizer, the voice box synthesizer. Robot's titties sideways. I have to look again. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Grey Newtons. Well played, Mr. Wright. You've made your point abundantly clear. I concede that it wasn't the defendant inside the rolling case, but the robot. All right. What's going on here? It's never good when he plays things this straight. Does the prosecution withdraw its claim that the defendant was carried from the scene? No, Your Honor. My claim hasn't changed.
Objection!
But Ponko and Miss Cykes couldn't have both been inside that case.
Objection!
The notion that the case was used to carry Miss Cykes was Miss Blackwell's theory. I have been of a different opinion from the outset. Now I finally have the opportunity to voice my theory. Uh-oh. I don't like this. Thanks to the defense. Edgeworth! He's been one step ahead of me this whole time! In that case, how do you propose the defendant left the crime scene? Simple. The footage only shows Prosecutor Blackquill from behind. What's more, he's holding his arm in front of his body as if he were holding something or someone.
How would Athena
can't be that small to hold her. She's like 11 years old. That's hardly evidence. I have proof of the surcoat Prosecutor Blackquill was wearing. The victim's blood was found on the front of it, and the stain had a highly distinctive shape. A blood stain?
Oh, a blood stain with a distinctive shape. Please continue, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
7 years ago, the defendant was known to constantly wear a certain item, of which there is only one in the world, a special pair of headphones made just for her. She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Athena was a bab until 12. Yeah, I know, right? How is she that small?
Analysis showed that the blood stain to be in the exact same shape as these headphones. Well, in other words, this was no mere blood spatter. The blood went from the victim's body to the headphones and then was imprinted onto Prosecutor Blackwell's coat like a stamp.
Damn.
Most gruesome stamp indeed.
Blackquill carried Miss Cykes, who had been hit by splatter, away from the crime scene. This proves that Athena Cykes was, without a question, present at the crime scene. And that concludes the prosecution's argument.
Ah!
Order! If the defendant was indeed at the scene, it deepens the suspicion against her.
Objection!
We've also shown that the robot was there at the scene as well.
Objection!
I hope you're not making the ridiculous claim that a simple robot was the real murderer.
I don't really think that, no, but you can't say the possibility isn't there. Detective Fulbright, was the robot questioned at the time?
No, I don't see any record of it. I believe it was considered unrelated to the case.
But as it turned out, the robot was actually How the fuck do you pronounce this word? Integrally. Integrally related?
Your Honor.
Indie villain. Integrally.
Integrally, right? Integrally? Ooh, I hate that word. I don't like it. Your Honor, the defense would like to call Ponko to the stand.
Wintermute. Integrally indict 33.
33. Has a couple pronunciations, okay.
A robot witness?
Oh shit, a robot witness. We've had crazier witnesses before, like a full-on fucking parrot.
Order! Order in the court! Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you think about this?
Mr. Wright has called all manner of witnesses to the stand over the years. So why not a robot? Nothing surprises me anymore with him.
Very well, I will allow the witness. Bailiff, please summon the robot named Ponko.
Ponko time. Okay. I think I'm gonna take a quick break. It's been an hour since we started stream. So we're gonna take a quick break. I will see you all shortly. Please go grab some water. I need to drown myself with a whole bunch of water right now because my throat is extremely dry. I'm gonna turn on my humidifier also. Because of that. So I'll be right back. Please, everyone, go grab some water. I literally just said that. Shame. I'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. I am back. Have some tea coming for me soon for my dry throat. Some tea with some honey. Some low caffeine tea because it's 12 a.m. But that'll hopefully help me out a bit. I don't know why my room's so dry. What'd I miss? Why isn't Edward wrinkly anymore? Is Athena okay, and are we in space yet? Edward just took off his glasses is all. I don't think he was wrinkly. Athena's not okay, and we're not in space. Wet that voice. Wet that voice. Yes, I drank a whole bunch of water on the break, and it's still not helping. So hopefully that tea will help. And I put my humidifier on. A little desk humidifier. That was the worst possible answer for all of those, but I believe you, yes. Oz, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. If we're on Earth, then Earth is in space technically? Yeah, sure, we're in space. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is not
The honey
Witness.
is integrally linked to your voice's ability to indict.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little squirt of honey in there.
My name is not Witness. My name is Ponko.
Yes, I realize that, but when you are at the witness stand, you are the witness.
No, I'm not. I'm Ponko. Say it with me. Ponko.
What an utterly inflexible little robot. You're the last person who should be calling anybody inflexible. You remind me of my grandchild who's just learned his own name. Oh, how precious. All right, Ponko. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Questions? You have questions? Hooray! What are your questions?
I want to know if you were there at the scene of the murder of Matisse Cykes. It was 7 years ago on the 7th of October around 2 p.m. in the robotics lab.
Certainly. Just one moment. Searching data. Search complete. Yes, I was there in the robotics lab.
It would seem this robot's testimony is necessary to this case after all. This is great! I just knew Ponko must have seen something important. Oh god, let's hope it's the important thing we need and not something we're dreading. A murder committed right before this poor little girl's eyes. It's inexcusable. The judge seems ready to adopt Ponko as another grandchild. So, little Ponko, do you think you can give us your testimony today? Ponko's the key to the whole operation. Yeah, and they ignored it! They ignored Ponko!
I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Matee. And then Mommy Matee fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything. After I charged up, I was cleaning the room, and Mr. Simon came in. And then an error occurred. There is no data after that point.
Why give robot titty? How else are you gonna know it's a female robot? That was a joke. That was a bad joke. Terrible. Don't fucking it's like giving fucking like boob armor to armor sets, right? You don't need boob armor. It's way worse. It's way worse for you. It's way more dangerous to have armor that has boob protectors. Fuck. Well, it sounds like the defendant was without question at the scene. However, it doesn't appear that the witness saw the actual moment of the murder. I disagree. This testimony shows that the defendant did indeed commit the crime. What? At the end of the day, we mustn't forget that the witness is still a machine.
Being a robot, its understanding and capacity to express itself are limited. So, what are you suggesting? Are we gonna say boob armor over and over? Yes. The steeping time for that tea is 3 minutes. So, what are you suggesting? The witness's statements need to be interpreted. For example, the terms hugged and then later fell down. Adults don't usually fall down after being hugged by a child. Boob armor has a point, often has two. Fuck off. That's a terrible joke and I hate it. God damn it. They don't, but... Yes, what this witness's statements are telling us is... that the defendant stabbed the victim with the murder weapon during this moment. Oh, come on, Edgeworth. What? What? Fuck off! Before Miss Cykes hugged Dr. Cykes, did the two of them converse?
Yes, they did. They spoke to each other very loudly, but I don't know what they said. Athena's usually so quiet, so I was surprised.
Spoke very loudly. We can interpret this to mean they argued. I see. Murder after a heated argument, and then the victim fell down. I agree that it does sound like a reasonable interpretation. However, Ponko doesn't seem to remember anything that happened after that.
When I am recharging, I go into sleep mode. But I remember everything before that. I have a very good memory.
You may as well admit defeat now, right? A cross-examination would be useless.
Don't be ridiculous. A cross-examination is never useless.
Until now. Think about it. Robots don't lie. This robot is both an important witness and valuable evidence at the same time. Nevertheless,
I will have my cross-examination.
I see you haven't changed. You never were one to worry about wasting time. Very well. Even if it may be a waste of time, you may proceed, Mr. Wright.
I'll show you both just how fruitful any cross-examination can be. Yeah, time to turn about a robot. I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge.
Hold it!
Hold it.
Your regular recharge? What is that exactly?
I have to refill my battery's power or else I stop working. I go to the lab to do that.
So that recharge occurred around 2 p.m., around the time of the murder?
That's right. I go every day at 2 p.m. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Matee.
Hold it!
Does it have to sound like the Steel Samurai fan kid? Yes. I don't understand Edward's smugness as he's been beaten every single time. Somehow he has never won a case against Phoenix and is still head prosecutor.
Hugged her, huh? Which Edgeworth took to mean stabbed her with a weapon. You said the two of them were talking before Miss Cykes hugged her mother, is that right?
Yes, they were talking very loudly, but I couldn't tell what they were saying.
Couldn't tell? Even though they were speaking so loudly?
I'm only allowed to listen to voices that are directed at me.
That's an interesting thing.
To be fair, how many cases in the universe has Phoenix actually lost? Like 1. Hey there, Cap. Welcome. Welcome in. I hope you're doing great tonight.
If it listened to every voice, it would be a little better than a mobile eavesdropper.
Yeah, Ace Attorney Universe has more ethical technology than ours somehow. Yep. Uh-huh.
Well, that explains why some of Ponko's testimony is so vague. It's a shame that our little friend wasn't listening in, however. We could have learned what they were talking about just before Dr. Cykes was killed. Now then, What happened after that?
And then Mommy Matee fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
Hold it!
Thank you for the tea. Thank you.
It was probably very hot, so I'm just gonna put it over here for about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Every lawyer should be an Ace Attorney lawyer.
Man, if this universe is so fucking corrupt, also it's the dark age of the law! You know, and all that stuff.
I don't want to delve too deeply here, but... could you tell us how the victim appeared and acted in this moment?
Mommy Matee was very surprised when she was hugged. I heard her heart pound.
Her heart? Mr. Wright, have you forgotten about this document we found in the robotics lab? These robots have a heartbeat detection system. Now that he mentions it, I do remember reading something like that there. Yep, they detect the presence of people by the sound of their heartbeats. But wait a minute. That means... if Dr. Cykes really did die at this moment... Honko, how was Dr. Cykes after she fell down? Could you still hear the sound of her heartbeat?
Let's see. The moment she fell, her heart was pounding. After that, I don't know. I started recharging just then.
Of all the unlucky timing, if you had heard anything after that, it could have possibly proved that the hug wasn't actually the moment of the murder.
I'm very sorry. I'm afraid I don't know. I'm very sorry.
The robot is designed to go into sleep mode automatically, so it can't be helped. But it does appear it detected an increased heart rate at the moment of the stabbing.
Don't call it that.
After Mommy Matee's heart started pounding in surprise, she fell by the window. It was the round window on the workbench side of the room.
Do we have a picture? The round window. That one. There. But if she... which is on the opposite side of this room, I think, right? Yeah, over here. She'd be over here, then. That's where the robot was recharging. The workbench, huh? Oh, it's gonna show us. Okay. Honko must be talking about that table to the right of where the giant robot is now. Is there something critical in Honko's statement just now? Yes, there is. Your Honor, I believe this statement is critical. I'd like it added to her testimony. Very well. Honko, could you please add that statement to your testimony? That's a good little girl.
Mommy Matee fell down near the round window on the workbench side of the room.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I had to present something here. I mean, the only evidence I have that, like... I can think of one time where that is an important question has not been the right answer. Sometimes what it does is it'll switch out different answers. So as you question different parts, it'll change the testimony. But it always changes the same testimony, so you have to have, like, the right one to present to. So I know that happens sometimes. And also, I think there's times when it's done that and then it fucks you and then you have to restart the game or whatever because you get a bad ending. I know it has been the case at least a few times. I think I'm gonna present this photo because it shows her over here and not by the robot charging station. I think this is going to be right.
Objection!
Honko, your statement may have just inspired a breakthrough.
I was helpful? Hooray! I'm so happy!
Just to be sure, let's go over it again, okay?
Yes, there are bad endings, yes.
I actually, when I was scrolling through the walkthrough today, I noticed that there are some bad endings that we can get today. So what I'm gonna do is save right before it happens so we can see them. If I remember to do it. The victim fell near the window on the workbench side of the room. However, her body was discovered on the operating table. But the operating table and the workbench are two different locations. Exactly, Your Honor. We've just learned a new crucial fact. What could explain the two very different locations of the body? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna say... The defendant would have been Ponko, right? Isn't that who they're talking about? Or are they talking about Athena? Who definitely couldn't have moved the body. So I'm gonna say that she wasn't dead yet, and that the victim moved. Yeah, there we go. Hey! An 11-year-old girl couldn't have moved the heavy body of an adult. So the only explanation is that the victim walked to the operating table herself. In other words, what Ponko observed near the workbench couldn't possibly have been the moment of the murder. I am very relieved to hear that. Glad to know that the murder wasn't committed in front of little Ponko here. Yes. As we just heard in the testimony, Miss Cykes hugged her mother, nothing more.
Objection!
Fuck off, Edgeworth. Right. It's been 8 years, but you're still just as green as ever. Green? But I can't recall ever seeing Mr. Wright in anything but a blue suit. Hey, blue's my favorite color. What can I say? If the defendant can move the body herself, she could have had it moved for her. Moved for her? But Miss Cykes and Dr. Cykes were the only ones there. I agree. Since this robot is equipped with a heartbeat detection system, it would have been aware of another person's presence if someone else had been there. We can therefore conclude that the defendant and the victim were the only ones present. Then who do you suggest moved the body? Don't you know it's in the nature of a robot to help people do things? Miss Ponko, allow me to ask you a question. Oh, he said Panko, okay. That wasn't just a misspell. My name is Ponko! Say it with me! Ponko! I believe you said you were cleaning after Dr. Cykes fell down. Did you happen to move something large onto the operating table? Yes! Yes, I did! Athena asked me to! Uh-oh. Athena asked you to? And what did you move, little Ponko? I don't know! Unless something has an ID tag, I can't tell what it is. An ID tag, you say? Yes, a tag with a barcode on it. We robots scan them to tell us what a thing is. That paper in the lab did mention something about that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag. Oh. So it would appear that Miss Panko here can't identify what it moved. My name is Ponko! But we humans have the power to imagine what it was, do we not? What, we do? Well, I do at the very least. Miss Panko, on the defendant's command, moved the body to the operating table. Ah! Damn it. We thought we were ahead! Ponko, did you really move Miss Cykes' body? This is really important. Isn't there any way you could tell? I don't know! Without an ID tag, I can't tell. Give it up, Bright. If the victim's heart was stopped, the robot's detection system would be useless.
Furthermore, Dr. Cykes usually wore her white coat when she was working. She kept the jacket with her ID tag on it draped over a chair in the robotics lab. And only wore it for special occasions. In other words, the victim wasn't wearing her ID tag at the time.
Yeah, robots can only detect hearts, yes. Yeah, I do like how Ponko is propped up on top of 2 crates. It's very good.
From the robot's point of view, her body was simply just another object.
Objection!
But Ponko is equipped with a facial recognition system. If she really did move the victim, she would have recognized the body as Dr. Cykes. But she didn't, so that means...
Objection!
The face can easily be covered with a piece of cloth, a mask, or anything for that matter. With her facial features hidden, the robot wouldn't be able to tell if it was Dr. Cykes. He's right. To summarize, Miss Cykes stabbed her mother near the workbench, then, using the robot, she moved the body to the table, where she removed the sword and was stained in blood.
Parts, barcodes, and facial recognition, but not if something's over top of your face. They don't have X-ray powers.
Order, but if that's the case, then I have a question. Why did the defendant move the body to the operating table in the first place? You want a reason? Very well.
What? You can't possibly have an explanation.
Your emotions blind you to the truth. You could learn a lot from our robot friends.
Reminder to wear your mask to throw off facial recognition, also other reasons, yes.
Calm and rational thought will open your eyes to the truth in front of you, Mr. Wright. Now then, do you remember the operating table's one special feature? I believe I read that robots can be assembled and disassembled there, isn't that right? That's right. And to the defendant, who was just a child at the time, the table was like a magic box that could make robots appear or disappear in seconds. Uh-oh.
But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me what she could do. Ooh, you can't possibly be suggesting.
This young, sheltered girl had a difficult time distinguishing robots from people. But take a look at Ponko's arm. It was Miss Cykes who bandaged it up like that. She must have thought the machines heal in the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. It reminds me of my own grandchild.
Oh. No way. I refuse to believe it.
Miss Cykes made a childish, naive, and cruel mistake. She thought that if a robot could be dismantled and vanish without a trace...
No, that's not... No. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. If you're about to claim what I think you are, I demand that you word it as delicately as you can. With all due respect, Your Honor, all I can do is present the truth as it stands. The reason the defendant moved the victim's body to the operating table.
Hold it!
No! Don't say another word. Just stop.
Was to dismantle the evidence so that she could get away with her crime.
That can't be true. True! I also don't think that's the reason why she did it. That's me. That's just mean, Edgeworth. If anything, she probably put her on there to want to fix her, not to dismantle her. I don't think this is the bad end. No.
Order. Order in the court. Order in the court, I say.
Edgeworth, she was just a little kid. How can you say such a horrible thing?
Horrible? Like I said, you're just as green as ever. I came here today as a prosecutor to seek only the truth. No more, no less. My theory is simply the result of a rational consideration of every possibility.
Objection!
But dismantling isn't the table's only function. It can make repairs as well. It's conceivable that Miss Cykes moved her mother to the table in order to fix her. I suppose that could be another way of interpreting.
Yeah, it's the less mean way to interpret it. Fucking Edgeworth.
But dismantle or repair, it doesn't matter either way. What do you mean? After murdering her mother, Miss Cykes may have come to her senses. Perhaps she did want to make it appear as if it had never happened. And that's why she tried to repair her mother. Yes, that's one possible explanation.
But
we mustn't forget the facts of this case. The victim was observed to fall down after being hugged by the defendant, and the body was moved per the defendant's command. These two facts that indicate the defendant's guilt, remain unchanged. This just can't be true. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence to refute the prosecution's claim? Evidence, right, let's see. Can't think of any. Edgeworth hates Bab crime.
no babies can get away with murder. No.
I'm afraid I don't have any evidence. Since becoming chief prosecutor, I've learned that the truth isn't always pretty. Now, accept the truth, Mr. Wright. Your own subordinate murdered her own mother. Sorry, your subordinate, not your own subordinate. Your Honor, the prosecution demands a verdict. The hostages have suffered enough.
I'd like to redeem a posture check on Phoenix.
What a terrible and tragic conclusion. The defendant has no counter-argument. I see no need to further prolong this trial.
No, come on.
Edgeworth's argument seems solid enough, but there's no way Athena could have ever done anything like that. What do I do? There has to be something. But I can't think of a single thing.
Objection!
I don't know who said that. Prosecutor Blackquill? This is quite the farce you were conducting here. I could die from laughter. Prosecutor Blackquill, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is that your argument is based on an entirely false premise. Go on, we're listening. Could this be the miracle I need? But what is Prosecutor Blackquill trying to pull here? 7 years. For 7 long years. This case has been on my mind. Not for an instant did I not think of it. I'm the one who killed my mentor, and don't think you can alter that fact now. Your baldness, I will take to the stand, and I won't take no for an answer. Of course, Prosecutor Blackquill. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for the testimony.
Edgeworth's got right on the ropes. This could be it. What's this? It's Blackquill with a steel chair! And the crowd goes wild. Ah!
Oh my god! Hey there! Oh my god. Hold on. Hey there, FML4E! Thank you so much for the raid. Can we get a shout out? Do we have a mod here to do a shout out? Thank you for the raid. I hope you're doing well tonight. Elder Scrolls! Oh, wait, no, 4. Wait, is that Skyrim? No, it's not Skyrim. That's the one before Skyrim, right? Elder Scrolls 5 is Skyrim. Okay, cool. Doing great, that's awesome. Thank you for bringing your community over here. We're just doing a bit of voice acting here. There's stuff going on. Yeah, oh no, numbers, exactly. Numbers. Do you think this tea is cool enough to drink yet?
Yes, it is. Perfect. Just what I needed. I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Cykes. Tea is always cool enough to drink. I'm not sure that's 100% true. I definitely don't want to burn my mouth. But I hope you're doing well today, Akira. The tea is perfectly drinkable. Which Ace Attorney chapter was your favorite overall? I really liked the finale to the third game. I thought it was very good. That's probably my favorite, but this might be my favorite, like, overall game. I really like Dual Destinies a lot. Burn the shit out of my mouth at a concert. Oh! Ugh! It's a terrible time for that to happen. But when I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Cykes to return. And then I committed the act. How cathartic it was. I think you're lying, Blackquill. But little Ponko here witnessed the victim falling. In other words...
Objection!
I don't need any of your other words, old man. I can guess what happened. Which would be... She fell means she fell, merely that. Mother and child fooling around, perhaps she tripped. Not that it matters. When I entered the lab, there was no trace of Dr. Cykes to be seen. There was no dead body either, of course, meaning she must have left the room. So the murder occurred after the time period Pongo described in her testimony. You should hardly take stock in the words of a wind-up toy.
Objection!
Pongo's no more than a wind-up toy.
Then how do you explain the fact that the defendant had the robot move something? Athena was always tinkering with robots on the operating table to amuse herself. And she always had Ponko move the heavy ones for her. That day was no different. Ponko moved a heavy robot for Athena. The last case in the second game was great. Yes, I also enjoyed that was a good case as well. I don't remember, I felt like a lot of the second game, was like, there were a lot of cases I didn't like in the second game, but I thought the finale was good for that one. Your courtroom looks like shit. Yeah, it got blown up by some fucking cop at the beginning of the game. And this is the only one that's open right now for us to do this fucking mock trial in. It's fucked up. It's also December 20th and no one's wearing jackets, even though it's extremely windy in this courtroom. This is awful. What he's saying seems to make sense, and yet...
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackquill, are you trying even now to turn away from the truth? You don't realize we could bring the Dark Age of the Law... Dark Age of the Law! ...to a close today?
Objection!
You expect too much from me. I'm just a murderer beyond redemption. Why don't you just let me go so I can settle down into hell? Ugh. Prosecutor Blackwell's execution is tomorrow. If the truth doesn't come out now, it's all over. Are you saying that the little girl and the robot had nothing to do with the murder? That's right. So let's hear your verdict. If we don't hurry, I might miss the ferry across the Styx. Go and visit Charon?
Don't you dare, Judge. Don't forget that I have hostages over here. And Simon, how long are you going to cover for her?
Miss Blackquill?
It's funny, the last case in every Ace Attorney game seems to be above average for the rest of the game. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it's like the big final case of the game. So, I imagine it's like been building up to it the entire time. It's gotta be the best case, right?
To be fair, they're in California, not Japan. They're in Japanifornia. Maybe we average out the two temperatures. It's got great natural light and a great airflow path, yes. Oh, are we doing squeeze reps? Okay, hold on. Shit, where is it? Where is my... Oh, no. Hold on. Where is it? Give me a second. Chair stream, chair stream, chair stream. I appear to have lost or misplaced... Oh, shit. My, strength trainer for my hand.
Indie villain. Sure, you may rise up and claim your rightful place as a Twitch affiliate.
As a Twitch affiliate, yeah. Oh, God. Where the fuck is my... I don't know where this is. I wonder if I dropped them, like, somewhere behind my desk. Anyway, here, to make it up for you, I will do, I'll do double ring fit reps. Here we go.
Indie villain. Sure, do not miss
Oh,
your
no, wait,
shot.
here it is! I found it! Oh, my God. Mom spaghetti! Now, hold on, I can squeeze my cock. My Captains of Crush. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lost it. It was behind my Taco Bell calendar. It was on the floor. Behind my Taco Bell calendar, which is why I didn't see it. Okay, and ring fit reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you for the impromptu workout, everyone. Okay, Miss Blackquill. Forgive me, Aura. I never wanted you to do anything like this for me. But you agreed to this trial. If you have a counter-argument, then present your evidence. That's the rule of the courtroom. Isn't that right, Chief Prosecutor? Ooh, 80 squats is a lot of fucking squats to do at once. Ugh. Blackquill, you selfish. Well, to be frank, I don't like this, but it's my duty to make a decision. If no one has a counter-argument, I will announce my verdict. Is this really happening? Is it really gonna end just like it did 7 years ago? I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him. No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? Won't she find out? Isn't she, like, watching the trial right now? If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I can't let this happen. But I just don't have the evidence to counter Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony. I also haven't saved in a while. I'm gonna do that. Oh, shit. Hold it! Who's holding it this time? Athena! Athena? What are you feeling okay? I can hear it. I can hear the voice of his heart. He's hiding something. If he really is, I could sure use Athena's help here. Her power might just be the thing to get us through this.
Objection!
Cykes, Dono. No need for you to chime in here. Just accept that you're innocent.
Objection!
These past 7 years, they've been just as hard on me, you know. I mean, no, because Blackquill is in prison. But okay, Athena. What are you talking about? Do you remember that horrible, horrible trial? I mean, yes, her mom was murdered. Yes, okay, sure. Yes. However, she hasn't spent the last 7 years in jail for something she didn't do. I don't know whose voice this is. I'm gonna guess this is Athena.
Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her. Even now, every time I stand in a courtroom, it comes back to haunt me.
She has to know her friend's gonna die because she didn't, yeah. Because no one believed her, yeah. No, it's okay, it's okay, I got it. It's okay, Cap. As a parent, it's hard to look at that picture of young Athena. Yeah, it's really upsetting. It's really upsetting. Not being heard no matter how hard you try, feeling so helpless. Caught in people's stares, so scared that it feels like your chest is in a vise. I'm terrified of courtrooms. I want to run out of that door even now. And yet you found a way to keep your fears at bay and became a lawyer. Thanks. That's because one day, I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. This day has finally come, the day I've been looking forward to with all of my heart. This is why I became a lawyer. This is why I studied psychology. It was all to save you from this false conviction. But Miss Cykes, do you realize what it would mean? You are the accused, after all. If you prove Prosecutor Blackquill innocent, then... The only thing that matters is the truth. It's my duty to find out what that truth is. Simon, please give me this chance. The chance to shake off this fear that's been with me for 7 years and to face the truth. Athena's being so brave, confronting her past like this. This might really be the last chance to save them both. Smash! Prosecutor Blackquill, please testify one more time about the incident 7 years ago. Fine. But your efforts will surely be in vain. For I am not a man who can be cut down easily. Here we go, Simon. Let me hear the voice of your heart! Here we go. It's widget time.
Wintermute. Don't call us Shirley.
I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Cykes. Okay. But when I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. Okay. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Cykes to return. Why is he happy there? And then I committed the act. How cathartic it was. Okay, because he's going with the whole thought that he wanted to kill her. Okay. But how about here? How do you think most people would feel in a situation like that? Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Athena is definitely a very tragic character in this series. She has an extremely tragic backstory. Probably more so than, like, any other character in this game, I think. Personally. Okay, I think I'm gonna go and press this. Because I don't know why he would be... I mean, he would be happy to see Athena because they're friends, but... This feeling of happiness... Even though the person you were looking for wasn't there, you felt happy. Why is that? Simple. When I was looking for Athena and hadn't found her yet, I grew worried. So when I saw her in the robotics lab, I was happily relieved. Merely that. Okay. Just now you said that you went to the Space Center to kill Dr. Cykes. But the first thing you did was look for her daughter instead? I had no intention of harming Athena, so I wanted to confirm she was safe first. It was just a part of my plan. Nothing contradictory about that. The second I find an inconsistency, he cuts it down. Then Calhoun from Wreck-It Ralph. I'm trying to figure out who that was. I saw Wreck-It Ralph a long time ago. I've only seen the first one, and I don't remember who that is. Simon knows the principles of analytical psychology. There's less noise now, but I don't see any instabilities we can latch onto. I was afraid of that. We'll just have to keep chipping away at him, then, bit by bit. Could you update his testimony, Athena? You got it, boss. Soldier gal from the game with the bugs. Oh my god. I barely remember that. I had to rewatch that movie. Okay. I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Cykes. Info update. Oh my god, he's giving her head pats! Aww. No, he hasn't said why he wanted to kill her. He has no fucking motive. When I found Athena in the robotics lab, I was relieved. But I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Cykes to return. And when she did, I plunged the katana in. Wait. This also got updated, because this used to be mad, right? So why is he sad this time? I mean... other than the obvious reasons. Not even you can falsify your emotions, Prosecutor Blackquill. What? When you said that you killed Dr. Cykes in your testimony, you felt sadness. Why would somebody who had laid in wait to kill her be sad at her death? Such an obvious attack. Yes, I felt sadness, but it wasn't for her. I felt sorrow for Athena and her circumstances. Ugh. He can't be talking about that, can he? It was just a convenient subject for her research. Dr. Cykes was so intent on her research, she forced her daughter to undergo experiments. My objective was to save Athena from an obsessive scientist who treated her own daughter like a research subject. Hey, there you go, Uchi. That's why he wanted to... I guess this is the reason why he says he wanted to kill her. What? I went to the psychology lab first. That's where I would usually find Athena playing. But that day was different. I heard someone crying in the robotics lab next door. Was Athena being subjected to yet another experiment? I thought as I went to see. Conveniently, Athena had cried herself to sleep, so all I had to do was wait and kill. So that's why he was relieved when he saw Athena. But is this story really true? I'm not sure how much to believe. Mr. Wright? How are you doing, Athena? Still hanging in there? Oh. I'm a lot stronger than I look, boss. Now take a look at this. The noise level actually increased. Fuck! No! Ah! He thwarted our systems! It went up? I've never seen it do that before. Prosecutor Blackquill is lying somewhere in his testimony. As a matter of fact, he's piling lie on top of lie in an attempt to make his claims sound more believable. He's trying even harder to suppress his true feelings, and that's what's causing the noise. How in the world should I approach this? I could either use an evidence-based approach if I can find a contradiction. Otherwise, I should look for an inconsistency in his emotions. There are no flaws in my testimony, and his baldness is prepared to give his verdict. Give up on this lost cause and let the law free me of these chains already.
Objection!
I don't think so. Not while I'm around. Now, contradictory testimony or inconsistent emotions. Which should I tackle first? We're already looking at his emotions. Should we do his emotions? I mean, he did just go up. We want his noise level down, I think, a bit more before we start fucking around with presenting stuff to his testimony. So let's try this. Honestly, I don't know if this matters. Okay, let's look for inconsistent emotions. Got it, boss. But if you want to try looking for a contradictory statement instead, just let me know. I can easily switch over. I heard crying from the next door, so of course I was worried. Okay. More head pats. I hurried over and opened the door to the robotics lab. Why is he surprised if he found exactly what he was looking for? He knew it was Athena, didn't he? Or he figured it was Athena crying. Before I could lead Athena out of there, curse my luck, Dr. Cykes came in. I refused to hand Athena over, so I had no choice but to kill my mentor. I'm gonna say he's lying about something that happened in here. How odd. Why would you register surprise at opening the door to the lab? Tisk. Alright, fine. I'll explain if I must. What surprised me was, Ponko, that toy figure attacked me. This game needs to stop showing images of Athena being sad. I know, right? I know. It makes me sad. I love Athena so much. Dr. Cykes knew full well of my plan to rescue Athena, but she couldn't stand guard over her daughter 24 hours a day. So Dr. Cykes had Ponko do it? That's right. She ordered Ponko to forcibly remove me on sight. So I slashed Ponko up with the katana that was there in the lab. That rickety old puppet wasn't worthy of that fine blade. Mr. Wright! It's happening again! There's even more noise now. No! God damn it! If only Apollo were here. I know, right? Instead, he's fucked off somewhere. It's at 100% now. What's going on here? Whenever we find an opening, he covers it up with lies. We'll never get rid of the noise at this rate. It's pretty hard to keep telling coherent lies like that. His mind and will his mind and will really are as sharp and strong as a katana. Alright, what should I tackle first this time? Should we go for his testimony this time, I guess? I think there might be an inconsistency in Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony. My thoughts, this game so far, pros Athena, cons Athena's sad sometimes, somewhere between 10 and 0 out of 10. Give Athena her own fucking game. God damn it, I want Athena to have her own game. Alright, let's give it a thorough check then. With a feeling of dread, I opened the robotics lab door, and then... he cut a bitch. Ponko attacked me. I retaliated by cutting it into pieces. But before I could lead Athena out of there, curse my luck, Dr. Cykes came in. Refused to hand Athena over, so I had no choice but to kill my mentor. Okay, so we had to press or present something on this, and I'm not sure... Oh, no, wait, we can't press. We literally have to present. Okay. Dr. Cykes came in. I refused to hand Athena... Oh, I don't know what to present here.
Isn't the chat icon button for press? This? Oh. Yeah, no, it's, sorry. It's right behind, yes, it is behind the chat, but I can't press it. It's grayed out right now, so I literally can't press it. That just skips forward. I have to present something. Hold on. I retaliated by cutting into pieces. So he's saying this happened. Hold on. We have proof that he cut up Ponko after there was some sort of blood. Because I don't think that the robots bleed. Let's check, yeah, let's check the Ponko manual. I don't think they bleed, though. Wait, do we have? Yeah. Facial features, emotions, okay. I think it might be this. There's a blood stain on the end of the arm, which there would have had to or have already been blood. Robots were programmed to feel shame and experience pain and blood loss. These are advanced robots, listen.
Objection!
Okay. Compounding, here, I'm gonna save, actually. Robots become as gods. Become as gods! Compounding lies with more lies is never the answer, Prosecutor Blackquill. Take a look at this photo.
Wintermute. Indict him for perjury.
Yeah, right? That's the photo of the supposed moment of the murder, isn't it? How many more times must I see that which has damned me for my sin? The ironic thing is, I think this picture is actually going to be your savior now. See the bloodstain at the end of Ponko's arm where it was severed with the katana? I hope you aren't claiming it's the robot's blood, Mr. Wright. Hey, listen! No. Most likely, the blood was transferred there from the bloody katana. The katana had already had blood on it, so then it must have been the victim's blood. That's right. But if that's the case, we found a glaring inconsistency. Ugh. You said it in your testimony that you cut up Ponko and then you killed Dr. Cykes. Robots don't bleed, they leak fluid all over you. Remember Alien Isolation? Yes. All the androids in Alien Isolation leaking cum all over the place. I definitely remember that. But in spite of that, the victim's blood is already on Ponko's arm in this picture. What? But that couldn't be. Exactly. In order for the blood to have transferred from the sword to Ponko's arm, the victim must have been stabbed first before the robot was slashed. In other words, Prosecutor Blackquill, your entire testimony is nothing but one giant ball of lies. I feel like he should have put on sunglasses there. Ah! Tell the court the truth, Prosecutor Blackquill, now! You have no idea what you're doing. His voice. There's so much discord. I'm hearing not just one or two, but a bunch of rampaging emotions here. It's hard to describe. It's like a violent whirlpool or something. A miserable pile of secrets, yes. Phoenix Wright. You will pay for this. Never have I been forced to reveal so much, but the rest I'll take to my grave. Nuh-uh-uh. Prosecutor Blackquill, you are on the witness stand. You are obligated to tell the truth. Isn't that the rule of the courtroom? All these complex emotions, they seem to be flowing in from one source. I think whatever he really saw that day is what's causing these feelings. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, there's a probe option now. Okay, I'm guessing he saw something really bad with Athena, is my guess. Following the sound of crying, I opened the lab door, and then I saw it, that terrible scene. But before I could lead Athena out of there, curse my luck, Dr. Cykes came in.
I had no choice but to kill my mentor. Okay, so he completely changed it. Yeah, this is a completely different story now because he killed Dr. Cykes out of, like, necessity, he's saying? Because she came in on something that she shouldn't have seen? I'm gonna say Athena. There's a fucking laser light show in his heart, yeah. When you opened the door and saw Athena, you became overwhelmed by your emotions. Isn't that right, prosecutor? Ugh, you should know better. And though it's pathetic, I admit I'm terrified to speak of it. Prosecutor Blackquill, Miss Cykes is innocent. I will always believe that with all my heart. Now, can't you find it within yourself to believe in me too? Work with me! Athena's innocent, huh? Can you honestly say that you believe that to be true, right, Dono? I give you my word. Now tell me what you really saw when you opened up that door. Curse you, Phoenix Wright. Uh-oh. Oh god, what are we gonna see? Oh my god, are we getting a cutscene? It was a tragedy. One I will never forget. When I arrived at the lab, Dr. Cykes was already dead. She was lying on the operating table. Well, the bloody katana lay on the floor. And, standing between the two, covered in blood, was Athena. She smiled, with a far-off look in her eyes, as she sweetly said, "Are we gonna get fucking jump scared? Oh god. Ah! Something's wrong with Mom, so I'm taking her apart to fix her." Oh. That's what I saw, and now you have it. The truth that you so desperately wanted. Yeah, that was spooky. No. Prosecutor Blackquill finally tells the truth, and this is what it is? It's beyond devastating. I tried to take my mother apart. No! So it was me. I'm the one who killed my mother? Athena. As I said, right, the truth isn't always pretty. Murder, disassembly on an operating table, a scientist using her daughter as a guinea pig. Sadly, it appears that my theory was correct after all.
Objection!
No, listen! It's true that Athena didn't like her mother's research, but you dare cast aspersions on my mentor by claiming Athena was used in such a manner? Dr. Cykes could be awkward with people, but she loved her daughter with all of her heart. She loved me? Your mother hated to see you suffer because you could hear the voices of people's hearts.
She wanted to set you free of your pain, so she worked tirelessly on her research. Do you remember those headphones you hated so much? Yeah, asparagus.
Yes, my head hurt every time I wore them.
Does anyone remember from Ghost Trick when baby Lynn would have to had the pink headphones on? Are they the same headphones? Ghost... I know she had pink headphones on. Ghost Trick Lynn. Bab. I can't find a photo of this right now. I will look it up after, but... Yeah, now I can't remember how they looked. But I'm pretty sure they were actually pretty similar. Anyway, no, Athena, it's just the opposite. They emitted sound waves to nullify emotional input from the voices of people around you. Your power was much stronger then than it is now. And those headphones were what enabled you to carry on with everyday life.
No, that can't be true. Then why? Why would I have done something like that to somebody who loved me so much?
Her love for you was real, that I can guarantee. That's why I knew that what happened had to be some kind of mistake. I couldn't let you be punished for it. So you took the blame yourself? You and your mentor are more alike than you know. Ponko was a witness, so I put it in the case and held Athena close and vacated the lab. I threw Ponko away in the boarding lounge trash chute. And I hid the case on the Space Undergrounds. It would seem that we now have all of the facts of this case.
Hold it!
No, not yet. It can't end like this.
Objection!
Do not disgrace yourself, Mr. Wright. The truth has been revealed. Or are you the type of man to turn your back to things that disagree with you? Yeah, we still haven't proved that Athena actually killed her mom. We just know that she stuck her on the operating table to try to fix her. That's all we know. There's no proof that Athena fucking killed her. I'm not, but this? I can't give up now. I have to say something, anything, even if it's a bluff. I've always managed to pull through that way in the past. I have to make it work. The defense is, prepared to present evidence. Oh, are we? Are we?
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Athena?
It's okay. You can stop now. I don't want you or anyone else to suffer any longer for my sake.
Athena, what are you saying?
I killed my mother. That's the truth. It's just like Prosecutor Edgeworth said. We have to face it, no matter how much it hurts.
Jeez, girl, calm yourself.
I admit my guilt.
No, Athena, don't! You didn't do it!
But could I please be granted the chance to tell everyone what I recall?
It appears Miss Cykes is much braver than you, Mr. Wright. What say you, Your Honor? In light of her courage, will the court give Miss Cykes this opportunity to confess? Very well. Then if you would, please take the stand, Miss Cykes. I didn't expect to be streaming for another half an hour, and I didn't take a break. I'm wondering if I have enough... I don't know how much longer it's gonna take to get through this, and I wonder if I should take a break right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break. Okay, I'll be right back. Please, everyone, go grab some water, go do a stretch. I will see you all very soon. Hey, I'm back. Man, I hope Athena doesn't go to jail. I mean, it really doesn't seem like she did it. But, I could have been using this murder cat emote the whole time. Oh, man! It's dumb that Athena has moon-shaped earrings when the Greek goddess of the moon is not Athena, unless it's meant to symbolize her being the counterpart to Apollo, the sun god. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know I don't know fucking Greek stuff. I don't know Greek god stuff. That's the one reason I ship them so hard. Sun and the moon. Beautiful. Thank you for letting me do this, Prosecutor Edgeworth. And then, and thank you, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Blackquill, for letting the truth be known. Now we can finally move forward, and everyone's suffering can come to an end. Athena, Prosecutor Blackquill will be cleared, and the Dark Age of the Law can come to an end. Yes, admit your guilt and bring everything to its conclusion. It's been painful, so I've been throwing shade at Apollo the last few streams. Yeah, understandably, right? I just need to believe hard enough.
Wintermute. In the name of the moon, I'll integrally indict you 23 times.
23 times. Thank you, Texas Speech, for pronouncing the Roman numeral for me so I didn't have to embarrass myself. Although I think I would have gotten that. I think I would have gotten that one, especially because I knew about the 33. Yes, admit your guilt and bring everything to its conclusion. I killed my mother. My memory's still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers. Your Honor, please find me guilty. I dare say these are all memories that no one but the murderer would have. She could just be making it up, though, in her head. I see. Thank you for your confession. I believe this trial has gone on long enough. 911! I know that! I can get that one! But before we conclude, does anyone have a counter-argument?
Objection!
I do, Your Honor. I was hoping for an Apollo save. Yes, I do remember. Yes. Yes. Okay, I remember that joke. That joke was really funny. I actually got that joke when it happened. It was a good joke. Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright! Why? I killed her. I remember it now. Any counter-argument now is pointless.
Objection!
Nuh-uh. Don't tell me you've forgotten one of the basic tenets of lawyering. Always believe in the client to the bitter end. Athena, you are not a murderer.
Objection!
I said that you never change, but could you have actually regressed in these 8 years? I won't stand for your childish emotionalism getting in the way of the truth. Emotionalism? Don't lecture me on matters of the heart, Edgeworth. Nuh-uh. Because I can see straight into a person's soul. She's got all those titty locks. I did a little research. I looked into those special psyche locks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself. Yes, Athena has no idea what actually happened. We know this. Green 9 time, yes. There's still a chance, somewhere deep in Athena's heart.
there might still be a memory that not even she knows about yet. It might be like looking for a grain of sand somewhere in the cosmos, but still, that memory might contain a new fact that could prove her innocence. I hope for everyone's sake that you are not just bluffing, Mr. Wright. Now then, is there or is there not a problem with Miss Cykes' confession? And not the green 9 because it's the shape of the Arabic numeral and the concept of the number itself. God damn it. You know, I've been seeing 9 like the last few messages and I still looked at my cheat sheet. Oh, and not the concept of the number itself. Okay, okay, yeah, got it.
My memory's still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep.
I've drinks. That's a good way to put that.
And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers.
Hold on, though. There's definitely something wrong with the memory of the event, and I can... Bleh, wow, I didn't read any of that. There's definitely something wrong with her memory of the event. I can just tell. If there is a problem with her confession, please prove it to this court now.
Oh, literally spells it out for me. The victim's blood was only found on the blade.
Yes, we also have this. It has the victim's blood on it from a set of utility tools used by Space Intertext. Is this it? Is this what I have to present? Or is it the katana that I have to present? It honestly should be either one, but I'm gonna try, I think I'm gonna try the katana?
Take that!
Because it has the very obvious evidence written on it, or very obvious notes written on that evidence. It says it has the victim's blood on it, so yeah, it seems like it is from this case. But it's also from the case in the future too, right? Yes, this was a case. I remember this being as evidence in the other one as well, I think. The DLC case from Spirit of Justice. Yo, I actually don't think I have played that. And I'm very excited to play Spirit of Justice after this and also play the DLC I haven't played before. I need to finish that. I think I played like a little bit of it and then I never ended up finishing it. Like Hamlet, but with cases instead of plays. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that this was in the other one as well. Which one is Spirit of Justice's, 6? Ace Attorney 6. Yeah, but the utility knife also has the victim's blood on it. It has Cykes' blood on it. So they're, I assume you already, no, it's okay, I haven't, I literally have played, Cap, I've literally played the rest of that game, but I haven't played the DLC for it yet. So I'm kind of excited to play, like, a new case, like, on stream in front of everyone, because I'll be finding out everything at the same time, instead of, having very vague memories of 7 years ago when I played this game. When did this come out? I don't remember. Oh, utility knives from the present. Oh, okay. Okay. Isn't that the katana the defendant used to kill the victim, Mr. Wright? I respectfully and vehemently agree, Your Honor.
But I remember it. I remember holding the weapon and getting blood on my fingers.
That's exactly my point. If blood really did get on your fingers when you were holding it, there should be blood on the handle. But please focus on the handle of the sword. There's not a trace of blood on it. And therefore, this is clearly a contradiction of the facts.
You're right!
Oh my.
Objection!
Hey, Disaster Boy, how you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Welcome. I do love Dual Destinies. Vehemently is a word I've only read and never heard said out loud. Yeah, I think so too. I think I may have... I hope I said it correctly. I'm not sure. That's the case with most of the words that I end up reading out loud. I'm like, I know what this sounds like in my head, but don't know if I've ever heard anyone else, like, read it out loud, so...
Indie villain. Vehemently.
Vehemently. Okay. Thank you, Texas speech. Thank you, drunk Texas speech. The defendant must have simply confused a portion of her memories. Vehemently. Vehemently.
Wintermute. Vehemently.
Vehemently. I solved that problem by not talking to people or having any friends at all. That was supposed to be, but I have a sound effect. I have a sound effect for it. You didn't read the dialogue correctly, but you read Uchi's comment correctly for some reason. Did I? Okay, whatever. Whatever! It was a finger guns rim shot, yes. She mentioned it was hazy to begin with, and we can't mull over every minor detail.
Objection!
Vehemently. But she also said, there's no question I remember it. A fact we can't ignore. In that case, why don't you explain what this contradiction with her memories means? Gladly. Just give me a sec to think of something. I want to say that Athena didn't stab anyone. But she said it herself that she remembers the feeling of committing the act. Think, Phoenix, think. What could be the contradiction with Athena's memories mean? Or what could the contradiction with Athena's memories mean? The defendant used a different weapon? I swear it's the fucking utility knife. It's the fucking utility knife. Miss Cykes said blood flowed down the handle, but the katana's handle is spotless. So, doesn't it follow that the defendant must have used a weapon other than the katana? What are you up to this time? Tisk tisk. Oh, I have no more honey tea in there. Hey there, Sci-Ferret. Hope you're doing well.
Indie villain. Tip.
Yeah, Cap, I feel like, you know, you can enjoy anything that you like. Don't let anyone tell you you're wrong for enjoying a piece of media, right? I got an oxygen concentrator. I've got oxygen. Oh my god. That sucks. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry. I hope you get better soon. This is it. This time I found just the thing to end Athena's nightmare for good. The weapon that took Dr. Cykes' life was the katana. That much is for sure. So if I can show a possibility that Athena didn't use the katana, could help me prove her innocent. A different weapon, you say? What weapon would that be exactly? Right, of course he would ask that. I can see you're floundering, Mr. Wright. Did you speak without thinking again as always? How does he do that? But I can't back down. Not here, not now. That's right, I did. Because it's so obvious, it doesn't require any thought. What did you say? Okay, so maybe that was an exaggeration, but there has to be something. Was there some other bladed weapon in the robotics lab that day? Maybe there's something in one of the crime scene photos. Wait a minute. There is something.
there is a high probability that that was in the lab. I don't have that particular weapon here in evidence right now, but I do have a piece of evidence just like it. Other than the katana, this is another blade that may have been at the crime scene. Okay, this is literally the only other blade we have. Yeah, the pretense was that the same person committed both crimes, so it makes sense that the same utility knife was being used. Maybe not the same utility knife, but a similar utility knife. This looks like a general, like, looks like this is a branded Space Center tech tool, so... Present! But that's the murder weapon in the Clay Terran case. Space knife! All-purpose murder knife, yes. This is the knife that took Mr. Terran's life. But there must have been a knife just like this at the crime scene 7 years ago as well. Toolkits containing utility knives like this are like this one are issued to Space Center employees. And a robotics lab especially would naturally have one of these around.
Objection!
But besides the katana, no other bladed weapon was found at the site. It was in the investigation report, if you didn't know.
Objection!
Maybe they overlooked something. Of course I knew that. Once you told me just now. Then here's something else you already knew. There was a toolkit at the scene. But it didn't contain any blades. Here is a photo of its contents. Oh. This is out of order. You're right, I don't see any kind of bladed tool, because it was taken. Fine, but there's something odd about the design of these handles. Yeah, they spell out, they're like... This is like the center one. Therefore, there was no other bladed weapon in the room.
Objection!
I disagree. This toolkit contained a knife. And what proof do you have of that? Don't tell me your eye for art is failing you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You are the last person in the world who should be criticizing my aesthetic sense. Now, he's simply watching out for your ocular health. Please proceed, Mr. Wright. It's like those encyclopedias that spell weird cock. What? Like rearranging the book so it says weird cock. That's really funny. Notice that the handles of each of these tools have sort of a design on them. I see that they do, but what significance does that have? It's clear that one of the tools is missing from this kit. Duh! If we arrange the tools into a specific pattern, we might be able to tell which part of the overall design is missing. Is that the theory your pitiful sense of aesthetics helped you come up with? Edgeworth, just let it go, man! Show the court, then, if you would. Oh my god! What pattern or design would we see if we were to rearrange the tools? The pamphlet? Is the pamphlet the only thing that has the logo on it? So does that. Edgeworth isn't nearly as cool as Rock Cop? Man, I fucking hate Clavier, though. Clavier, I have to say, is very cool in this game. I fucking hated him in Apollo Justice. Who is the guy in chains with the bird? That's the prosecutor. He's currently on trial right now for... Actually, no, we cleared his name, kind of. Clavier won me around with Apollo this game, yeah. I miss Gumshoe, too. I miss Gumshoe a lot. Okay, I'm gonna present this one, because this is a much clearer logo. I hope this works. And what design is this supposed to represent? The GYAXA logo, Your Honor. It's on all the Space Center's documents and pamphlets. Like, is there any outside information? No! He was mentioned... I remember him being mentioned in the game after this. I think. I'm pretty sure they talked about him. But other than that, no, we have no idea. I'm hoping for Ace Attorney 7 that he's in there. I miss Gumshoe's personal poll, same.
As you're aware, GYAXA is the program that operates the Cosmos Space Center.
Look at how brightly the GYAXA logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I didn't kill Anastasia. That wasn't me. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going. Depends what it is. No spoilers for anyone, Cap. No spoilers for anyone in this chat. Most people have never played this series before. Are you talking about the leak that happened? The Capcom leak? Because I do know about that. About the Ace Attorney 7 thing. That we don't know is 100% confirmed yet or not. Isn't that the name of the Federal Space R&D program?
I think I see it now. But... yes,
With just the tools shown in this photo,
the red A part of the logo's missing.
and surprise, it's right fucking there.
And this is where the murder weapon from the Terran case comes into play. If we were to place the utility knife in the open slot...
Oh, fuck! Holy shit!
it would complete the GYAXA logo. So it would. Then that means... admit it, Mr. Edgeworth. My aesthetic sense is keener than yours, and while you're at it, admit that the weapon Miss Cykes used could have been this one.
No! Point!
Order! Order in the court! Miss Cykes confessed to having a memory of stabbing the victim. Admittedly, Miss Cykes most likely did stab someone using the utility knife. However, the weapon used to kill Dr. Cykes was the katana. Therefore, the act of stabbing that Miss Cykes remembers couldn't be that of Dr. Cykes.
She fucking stabbed someone else!
Very well. Let's suppose for a minute that Miss Cykes did use the utility knife. Tell me, how does that change anything? Come again? What if the katana was only being used as a decoy to conceal the true murder weapon? What if the real weapon that took the victim's life was the utility knife?
Don't be ridiculous.
Or are you changing the premise of your entire argument? I'm merely offering a hypothetical situation derived from your logic. Miss Cykes could have put blood on the katana to make it look like the murder weapon, and then concealed the knife on her personage until Blackquill carried her away. That does clear up the contradiction between Miss Cykes' memories and the evidence.
Why would a 5-year-old who doesn't understand death make fake evidence? Yes, exactly. Fucking goddamn it, Edgeworth. Being a real pain in the ass right now.
If, in fact, the murder weapon is a utility knife, then fate has dealt you a cruel hand. For you have just proven the knife's existence to the rest of us with your own logic.
Objection!
The prosecution is attempting to lead the court.
Objection!
You're the one attempting to lead the court, Mr. Wright, by forcing us to forget the facts of this case. Need I remind you that there were only 2 people in the lab at the time of the murder? And that the defendant herself recalls stabbing someone with her own hands?
No.
It matters not whether the murder weapon was a katana or a utility knife. As long as we know that the victim and the defendant were the only ones there, you cannot escape the fact that it was Athena Cykes who killed her own mother.
No! I don't believe it. Why? Why does this keep happening? Every time I find a contradiction, it vanishes and then the suspicion keeps coming back.
It's almost as if... Are we gonna make a connection?
Are we gonna turn it about?
Now you're finally starting to get it. Your contradictions keep vanishing because the charge is true. And the suspicion keeps coming back to the defendant because that's where it belongs. Phoenix Wright, when will you open your eyes and accept the truth?
The
judge's head is too shiny. Your royal baldness. No, Phoenix. No! Ugh. I don't want to believe it. It can't be true. Ugh. But what if? Mr. Wright, you've fought a good fight. I think you've done all you can do. Come on, let's turn it about. Is giving up really the only option? No. Come on. No! Snap out of it, Phoenix. What's the matter with you? Giving in to doubt? I can't look back. Forward is the only way to go. No, Your Honor, not yet. It isn't over yet. Right. I can't lose sight of what's important. I believe in Athena, and I'll always believe in her. To the very end. A defense lawyer never gives up on his client. I have to pick myself up and stand firm. Make that brain of yours work, Phoenix. If I don't see a way, I'll have to go back and look for one. Time to rethink this case. Thoroughly! Turn it about. Oh, fuck. I concede the fact that Athena must have stabbed someone with the utility knife. Oh, here, a little bit. I can move over a little bit, yes. There we go. I concede the fact that Athena must have stabbed somebody with the utility knife. This must have been what Ponko witnessed as Athena's hug. Brain laser! But Prosecutor Blackquill didn't see the knife at the scene. That means that someone must have removed it from the lab before he arrived. Who could have taken the utility knife from the lab? Someone else. I don't think Athena would have taken it. A third person was at the scene, yes. If I trust in Athena, then I have to conclude that there was a third person at the scene. But according to Ponko's testimony, Athena and her mother were the only two there. So then, how did this third person manage to escape Ponko's detection? All they literally had to do was cover their face and not wear an ID badge. I know, this person must have fooled Ponko's facial recognition feature by covering their own face, right? The person hid their face. But wait a minute, Ponko has a heartbeat detection system too. Even if they covered their own face, Ponko would have still detected their presence. I forgot about that, actually. But she wouldn't have been able to tell who they were. Wait, that's it. The culprit could have covered their face and posed as which person to avoid detection. They could have posed as Mati, right? Because that way, Ponko only thinks that Mati and Athena are there. The person poses the victim. They're a zombo, yeah, zombambos! It was crime in the library with a knife. No! If the culprit poses the victim, that would explain why Ponko thought that only she and Athena were there. All they had to do was take advantage of Ponko's basic recognition features. The culprit used this in order to pose as the victim, her jacket. The culprit could have posed as the victim by wearing her jacket with the ID tag on it. But that still leaves the heartbeat detection system. How did the culprit get around that? It wouldn't have worked if Ponko could detect the real Dr. Cykes' heartbeat, too. Oh, sorry, yes, it's clearly a Zomstabo, yes. Yes, indeed. So does that mean that the real Dr. Cykes was already dead by that time? If that's the case, then who did Athena stab? She probably stabbed the real culprit, right? Athena stabbed the real culprit. That's it! The person Athena stabbed wasn't Dr. Cykes. It was the person who murdered her and then pretended to be her. The real culprit. Oh, fuck! Now that Mr. Wright has finally finished thinking, let us bring this to a swift end.
Please give us your verdict, Your Honor, so that we can move on to hostage negotiations. You are absolutely right, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I hereby...
Objection!
I didn't say I was finished. I was only pausing for a second. Because I realized something so shocking that I had to take a breath... had to take a break to digest it. I read that as breath. But now I know for a fact that Miss Cykes is innocent. But Ponko saw me. She witnessed the moment of the crime. Yes, Ponko did witness something. She saw the hug. In other words, the moment you used the utility knife. Oh, so she wasn't hugging. She was actually stabbing the person wearing the jacket. But the person you stabbed wasn't your mother.
What are you saying, Mr. Wright?
The answer is simple. The person Miss Cykes stabbed was a third person posing as Dr. Cykes.
What?
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck! Turn it all about! Badass Athena, Bab stabbing the killer, Little Nightmares Athena DLC when? I know, right?
Do you really expect us to swallow that, Mr. Wright? According to the robot's statements, there was no third person there. Did you really think that I wouldn't see through your ludicrous grab for time?
Because this courtroom got blown up by a fucking robot cop. Why is baby 3-month-old infant Athena stabbing people? I think she's supposed to be 11?
Objection!
This was the only courtroom available for them to do this mock trial in.
After all we've been through, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm disappointed. Don't you know by now that this smile of mine means I have absolute confidence?
It's a good song.
Huh! You make that pose all the time, regardless of the facts.
Blanco's strange malfunction. Mr. Taryn, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sick bay?
Mr. Taryn? But that's Apollo you're talking to.
Oh. Hold on.
Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo is possessed by Clay's ghost.
That was another case of mistaken identity caused by a jacket ID tag. All because Klonko couldn't read Apollo's facial features due to the eye patch. Like Mr. Edgeworth said, a mask could nullify the robot's facial recognition, and then... all the person would have to do is wear a jacket with the victim's ID tag to pose as her.
Objection!
Of all the ridiculous theories, what good would a silly disguise like that do? Have you forgotten that the robot also has a heartbeat detection system? If there was a third person at the scene, the robot would have detected them.
Nuh-uh. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but that doesn't count for much, I'm afraid. Because by that time, Dr. Cykes' heart had already stopped beating.
What? So does that mean?
Yes, Your Honor. The person Miss Cykes stabbed, this third person who was posing as Dr. Cykes, is her mother's real killer.
But that's... I'm... Impossible!
Drop the bomb, but not the literal bomb! We don't want another explosion in the courtroom! Baby Athena knife hugs, yeah. Bab stab. A mask? The person I stabbed was wearing a mask?
Order! Order in the court! Miss Cykes, did you say something?
A mask? Yeah! I remember a... Ah! Athena, what is it? Ah! Oh shit. Could this be the secret that she's been keeping? I remember a man with a mask. How could he... What did he do to my mother?
Ugh, my head! Ah!
Miss Cykes, are you alright?
No!
Shit. The black psyche locks.
They're breaking.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. Athena's gonna realize.
Fuck, I hope we didn't do this traumatically like Pearl was talking about.
It's a chain reaction.
It's all coming back to me. Everything that happened the day my mother was murdered.
Cutscene? Oh, no, okay.
They're gone. The black psyche locks are finally gone.
You didn't really stab your mother, did you? It's all right, Athena. Just tell us what you saw that day.
I was drawing a picture. When I was done, I went to show it to my mom. I opened the door, and then...
Oh. It's all right. I'm right here. You're safe, Athena.
She was on the floor by the workbench, with the katana sticking out of her. There was a handkerchief over her face, but I knew it was her by her clothes. And there was a man there.
A man? A man? Quiet, Your Honor. Go on, Athena.
Shut up, Judge!
He tried to attack me. In a panic, I grabbed the knife that was there, and... he dodged at first, so I only got his clothes, but I tried again.
And this time you got him, didn't you?
I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand. Then he kicked me, and I passed out.
Okay. Stabbed the Phantom's hand.
When I came to, my mom wasn't moving. I had to do something. I had to fix her, I thought. So I asked Ponko to move her to the operating table. Something's wrong with Mom, so I'm taking her apart to fix her.
That's why the Phantom of the Space Ranger wears a mask over his hand. Uh-huh.
You mean like gloves? So that's why she said that. Your Honor, as you can see, the defendant has just given us critical new testimony. A man that was there before Miss Cykes arrived. A man who covered the victim's face. And put on the victim's jacket. This man is the real culprit. Miss Cykes, do you have any idea who this man was?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
A few moments ago, Miss Cykes mentioned a mask.
Athena, can you tell us anything else about that? Yeah, the mask, it was my mom's Japanese theater mask. I think it was the one hanging on the wall of the lab.
Oh, okay. Ah, this mask hanging here on the wall.
It was kind of spooky, that mask. My mom used to tell me that a no mask even has the power to turn an ordinary human being into a phantom.
A phantom? It would seem
Space phantoms?
that a new suspect has emerged. And that means that all suspicion against Miss Cykes has... Uh-oh.
You see, this is precisely why I can't trust the court system. Athena Cykes is the murderer. I won't accept any other verdict.
Miss Blackquill, this is not good.
A new suspect? Where's the proof this person ever existed? Who says it wasn't all just a dream in the little princess's groggy little head?
Wintermute.
She's right.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
We don't have any hard evidence of the masked man's existence.
Objection! Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'll never be able to repay you for all you've done. Yeah, we need hard evidence. But I'm fine now, because I can say with certainty that I did not kill my mother.
Athena, I'm so glad for you.
More and more memories are coming back now. So I'd like to say one more thing if I could. Ponko came to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. to recharge. I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Matee. And then Mommy Matee fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
I see where you're going with this. If Mommy Matee was really the killer in disguise.
Right. Then he must have come to the robotics lab before 2 p.m.
Do I have anything in the evidence that can help me find this person who came to the lab before 2 p.m.?
Oh, wait. Blackquill was the only one that passed through at the time of the crime, so they had to be there before before 2 p.m., right? If this video takes place at exactly 2 p.m. I don't fucking know what to present here. Between 1 and 3. Maybe it's probably the videotape. If this says Blackquill was the only one to pass through at the time of the crime, show the attorney's badge to assert dominance. Yeah, right. I'm gonna save and then I'm gonna try this. It's not that robot. I don't think, at least. That robot wasn't even there.
Present. This is Prosecutor Blackquill leaving the scene after the incident at around 3 p.m. What I'm wondering is, does the video show anyone else passing by there before then? I don't see anything in the investigation report. It looks like they didn't check.
Really? Just as I thought.
So, if we rewind the footage and go back to around 2 p.m., we should be able to see that the true culprit... we should be able to see the true culprit leaving the scene. Very well then, let's take a look. What are we gonna see here? I'm scared.
There! Please stop it right there!
It's just like you said. There's a man leaving the scene of the crime. His fucking hand's bandaged up. Miss Cykes, do you remember this person?
That's him! I'm sure of it! The Phantom of the Space Center! He's wearing my mother's jacket. I did... But what if I really wanted to see what was her jacket?
The jacket on display. That was Dr. Cykes?
Can you see it? There's the slash I made with the utility knife that day. And I'm sure that knife is under that jacket somewhere.
So then, everything Miss Cykes said... Exactly. It proves that Miss Cykes' memory was correct. Dr. Cykes' killer arrived at the robotics lab before 2 p.m. He killed her and then hid her face with a handkerchief. Then, he disguised himself with Dr. Cykes' jacket and mask that were there in the lab.
The culprit probably knew beforehand that Ponko charged up at 2 p.m. every day. So he waited for Ponko to come to the lab for her regular recharge.
By leaving Dr. Cykes' jacket on, the culprit tucked Ponko in.
Ah, nighty-night, Ponko. I mean, that also is what happened to Ponko. Ponko tucked themselves in. The culprit tricked Ponko into thinking he was Dr. Cykes, therefore making it look like she was alive up to that point in time.
All to disguise the real time of death.
Objection!
It's a nice theory, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid that it's just not possible.
What? Why not?
The victim's jacket is clearly visible right there in this video. And that right there is precisely the problem. The ID tag on the jacket at the scene confirms beyond a doubt that it belonged to this victim. If the person who left the lab truly was wearing the victim's jacket, then how could it possibly have wound up back at the crime scene?
As a bad omen.
Huh, what's going on? That doesn't make sense.
Edgeworth's right. If the culprit was wearing the jacket, how did it get back to the lab? The killer must have brought it back? To make it look, no. I'm gonna save. The killer used the jacket as a disguise to make his escape. But in order to conceal that fact, he had to get the jacket back to the crime scene. So the culprit simply returned to the robotics lab later and planted it there. Contradiction resolved.
Objection!
Except that would have been impossible. The only people who came to the robotics lab after the killer were Prosecutor Blackquill and the people who reported the body. And they claimed that the jacket was there when they arrived. So, where do you propose this mysterious man of yours had the chance to return the jacket? A puzzling question indeed. When did the culprit have the chance to bring the jacket back?
When the body was found, right?
The only time the culprit could have returned the jacket was when the body was found. Mr. Wright, do you realize the implication of that argument?
I do.
Most people, when they come across a murder, focus their attention on the body. The culprit could have taken advantage of that split second to plant the jacket. In other words, the true culprit of this case, the man known as the Phantom, was one of the first people to discover the body.
Oh, fuck!
I would never have thought of that.
Oh, shit!
Order in the court! What is the meaning of this, Prosecutor Edgeworth? The body was discovered and reported by a group of 3 people. They were there to collect the space probe's capsule in preparation for the HAT-1 launch.
I love they have an audience in the blown-up courtroom. Yes, it's very good. Still gotta have a jury.
One of those people had a special bag to transport the capsule in.
Oh, you mean the shock-resistant bag?
Correct. I suppose that if the jacket was in that bag, it could have been returned to the scene of the crime without anyone noticing. I'll see to it that you get the reports on those 3 people.
You will?
You should also check the facial recognition database for that robot. If this person felt the need to hide his face with the theater mask, it might mean that his facial data was once registered.
Prosecutor Edgeworth,
does this mean... I have to admit, I believe Miss Cykes' memories to be credible. You win right. Not that this was ever an official trial anyway.
Do my ears deceive me? Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you actually conceding? Is it true, boss? Does this mean... I can't believe it. It's over. I won. I proved that both Athena and Prosecutor Blackquill are innocent. It's too bad this isn't a real fucking case. Your Honor, I see no further need to prolong this trial.
Objection!
Hold on, Mr. Wright. Have you forgotten who's in charge of this trial?
Edgeworth, tired of losing, decides it's not a loss if you quit first. Yes, exactly.
That's right. I'm the one who's supposed to say, I see no need to further prolong. Not you either, Your Honor. Now silence!
The little princess who was truly beloved by Matee and who repaid that love with death. All these years, hating Athena was the only thing that's kept me going. But what do I do now? Can anybody tell me? How am I supposed to go on?
Miss Blackquill. How unlike you, Aura. Métis was deeply passionate about her work, and she chose you as her partner. Isn't that...
Shut up, Simon! You know exactly how I felt about her. Her respect as a coworker wasn't all that I wanted.
Then what did you want from her?
Take a hint, Judge.
Did you really just go there, Your Honor? Aura, there is something I've wanted to say if you will lend me an ear.
Yeah, her jacket. Definitely her jacket.
The real ship was the murder all along! I have in my possession a lead on who Métis' murderer is.
You do?
Right, Dono. You asked me about the identity of the Phantom of 7 years past.
That's right.
The Phantom. The person Blackquill has been looking for, even from behind bars. 7 years ago, somebody hatched a plan to sabotage the HAT-1 rocket. The spy. But he was no ordinary spy. We knew naught about him. His background, appearance. We came to refer to him as the Phantom. Fuck. At the time, I was working with the police to hunt him down. And then one day, a miracle occurred, and I obtained a lead on him.
Oh, how exciting. What was the lead? Oh my god, my voice.
Jesus Christ.
Indie villain.
What that voice?
What that voice? We're almost done!
Recording of the Phantom's voice, but the quality was too poor for a proper voice analysis. Yet I had hope. Aura's co-worker was a scientist who could analyze human emotions. So I asked her to evaluate the recording using analytical psychology.
And that scientist was Dr. Cykes.
Yes, a spy's greatest fear is to have his true identity discovered. In addition to the HAT-1, Dr. Cykes' results and the recording were surely among his targets. But his search of the Space Center bore no fruit, so he must have started to panic.
He couldn't find them? But where could they have been?
Who is to say?
Wow, I bet he's never let that out of his sight all of these years.
How in the world did you smuggle them into prison? Oh, I have my ways. What's more, my partner is especially talented at that sort of thing.
Yes! Return of the coolest bird.
I worked to lure the Phantom in by spreading rumors throughout the underworld. I was even granted permission to prosecute cases to attract the Phantom's attention. Just try to retrieve your identity, you bloody butcher, became my taunt.
And what about the results Dr. Cykes drew up for you? Was there any useful information?
Here, you can see for yourself. But take good care of it. It's all I have left of my mentor.
I will. I'd better hold on to this real tight. The subject's emotions rarely fluctuate and he doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. Okay.
Psychological profile classified. Emotional output of this voice extremely weak compared to typical voices.
I don't think it can be Apollo if the emotional output of the voice is extremely weak compared to typical voices. Apollo's voice has a lot of emotion.
Subject deemed to have unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation.
No emotional fluctuation, huh?
A spy who experiences no emotions, not sadness nor anger, and naturally no fear.
Apollo has cords of steel and steel's an emotion, yeah.
He is the very definition of a phantom, a monster with no heart, don't you see? This creature is the rot that destroyed our lives and set what ails us all into motion. The Dark Age of the Law! A phantom indeed, a fitting name for the one who has brought darkness to our world. Dark Age of the Law! Well then. It seems a faint image of this man has started to take shape. Based on what we have learned, I'd like all of you to conduct further investigation. This is not a formal trial, but I do want to follow protocol. If I may, I'd like to hand down my verdicts and bring these proceedings to an end.
Whatever. Do what you want.
You'll hear no objections from me. Yes, please, Your Honor. It's over. It's finally over. Very well. In that case, Prosecutor Blackquill, could you please take the stand? As a result of this trial, your innocence has been proven. The verdict handed down 7 years ago is hereby overturned. And now, the defendant of the current trial, Miss Athena Cykes.
Yes, Your Honor? Mr. Wright, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Athena, you're more than welcome. If everyone is ready, I will now give my verdict.
Objection! Excuse me!
You!
Objection!
Oh shit! Apollo! What is the meaning of this? Congratulations, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Edgeworth. You uncovered the truth from 7 years ago and you saved Prosecutor Blackquill. However, I can't allow this trial to end just yet.
Fuck.
Why, Apollo? Why would you do this to us?
Why, Apollo? Why? To be continued. Yo, what a cliffhanger!
Oh, man.
Yep, cliffhanger. And there's no Thursday stream. You gotta wait till next Monday to get the finale for this game. I'm pretty sure that it'll be another 3-hour stream on Monday. Save the game. Oh my god! I have 2 weeks off, so that's fine. That's such a criminal move. I can't help it.
Okay, perfect. We saved? Wait, did that just save? That did save, right? We should be on trial day 2, right? Okay, whatever. I hope that saved properly. I don't know why it didn't update to 2, but anyway. Crime is now. Paul has a Bulbasaur. That's very good. Apollo interrupted right before Athena was gonna be pronounced innocent. I know, right? I know! Yeah, I'm gonna save to this. Okay, well, whatever, we'll save twice. It still says trial day 1. Whatever, it's okay.